y'all, welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for stopping by to watch another video. I have a short tutorial for this little ATC card holder that I created for Crafting with Fury challenge. I have my ATC card here and then some tags and a little note card that I created for her. This is what the other side looks like. I didn't do a whole lot of embellishing to it because I wanted her to be able to use it. So I did create 2 of these and I will share that video down below. So for this little holder, I used the paper by Paper Studio. It's called All 5 Seasons, and that's what I used to mat my little holders. I did use the Target pockets from, of course, Target. These are the adhesive squares, and I just used one on each side. For the base of the holder, I used 110-pound black cardstock from Recollections. For the holder, you'll need a piece of cardstock that measures 4 by 10. There's only a few score lines you need. So the first one, you'll score at 1, then at 1.5, and 5.5, and again at 6. And then of course you want to fold on all of your score lines. And of course this doesn't have to be for Halloween, because you can use these little pockets for to hold anything that measures up to 3 1/8 by 3 1/8. So you can do some 3 by 3 note cards in here as well. The next thing I did was mat it. So this will be the little closure on the front. So this is the way you want it to go. So if you have directional paper, just be mindful of that. I've already cut my mats at 3 7/8 by 3 7/8. So these will just be matted right on here like that. I've already inked the edges of it as well. So I'll be using my Aleene's tacky glue to adhere my mats. And I did round the corners of these as well. And then you have your mats for the inside, also at 3 7/8 by 3 7/8. And this is the little corner rounder that I use. It's We Are Memory Keepers. I want to say I got that from Hobby Lobby. This paper is not really directional, so I can just kind of put it in there. So for this little tab closure right here, I didn't measure a piece out. All I did was put some adhesive on there and put a piece of scrap paper on it and just cut the edges. But if you want to cut your mat prior to, this measures, of course, 4 by 1 inch. Maybe cut it a little smaller so you'll have a little edge if you want that. But all I did for mine was just put some adhesive on it, put a piece of scratch paper on top, and just cut around the edges and then rounded my corners. So just line it up however you want your edge, lay it down, and then cut the excess off around there. Be sure after you round it, if you want all your edges to be black, just to go back with some ink. So I will round these corners, and then I will round this edge as well before I put my pockets on. So then this is how your little holder will look. You can decide what kind of closure you want. Of course, if you wanted to make it magnetic, just put your magnetic closure under this mat and then right here, and maybe mat that again on the outside if if you prefer. And then the last thing you'll have to do is just glue your pockets on the inside. And the glue that I use on the back of my pockets is the Nuvo Deluxe adhesive, because it dries really clear, and I will show you on the ones that I've already created. I just did those last night, so they're still kind of drying, but it dries really clear. So I usually use that when I want to put it on something like this to where I don't want to see the glue through it. So I just kind of line it up. And I'll do my other one. Another thing you can do is put like ephemera or like sequin behind there to give it a little extra something if you'd like. And then the last thing you'll just have to do is put your Velcro closure, of course, on there. And this is how it looks once it's dried. You can see like where it's still kind of wet, but eventually it will dry really clear. So again, this is just some little ATC holders that I created for my challenge entry for Diane, and she is crafting with Fury. I will leave a link to that video project share down below. If you have any questions, please leave them down below and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Thank y'all so much for watching and have a great day. Bye.